Hello everyone, welcome back for episode 59, and our third look at the innovative, sophisticated, yet ever so cute, Panorama Screen Series of game and watches from Nintendo. This week's focus and star of our show, presented in a dazzling white case, is called Donkey Kong Jr. First offered for sale October 7 back in 1983, and was reported to have sold close to 250,000 units. It was given a production code of CJ-93, as seen here in the instructions booklet. And after a brief look at the table of contents, the instruction booklet moves quickly on to show an interesting, albeit not wholly realistic black and white illustration of an open console, showing all the major controls and gameplay and characters. However, what amuses me is the illustration, which suggests an almost classic Game Boy view of the screen, squared to the front, when in fact the viewing angle of the real mirrored screen is vastly different, distorted and at a steep angle to the front, so, clearly some poetic license is being used here. The continued use of the traditional Game & Watch LR44 or SR44 button batteries is, if I'm honest, impressive for such a large LCD handheld. After a detailed explanation on setting both the time and alarm functions, the next page begins with a brief overview on how to play this game, which moves on swiftly to the system of point scoring, how misses are awarded, or how lost lives work, before finishing up on this section by examining the bonus features. Page 7 of the instructions booklet begins the infographic style of illustration that explains the operation of the controls. This cartoon strip system of gaming information is very impressive, and also superbly clear to the reader. Please feel free to pause the video and read the details if you wish. And with the instructions booklet finishing up with both the caution statements and specifications, offering storage and handling advice. The Panorama Screen Series followed on from the iconic, yet ultimately unsuccessful tabletop range of mini arcades, produced by Nintendo. While it is true that the public was very impressed by the possibilities of the tabletop series to display true color, the larger form of the mini arcades made it far less portable. In order to once again offer a truly go-anywhere game and watch handheld, Nintendo came up with the Panorama Screen Series design, with its folding mechanism and sturdy hinge system. The Panorama Screen Series of 6 titles allowed the unfolding units to project the same tabletop-era quality gameplay onto a mirror, that was only available previously on a bulky mini-arcade systems of the tabletop range. The use of a small plastic window, which would allow any external light to flow through the colored foils, the LCD panel and the polarization filters, would once again be used, this time in a fully portable handheld, which unfolded its colorful potential. So as we head towards some gameplay, we find the traditional jungle setting, with swift birds, umbrellas, balloons and not forgetting, that vital magic key. Donkey Kong Jr. was the successor to the incredible smash hit with a similar name, Donkey Kong. Launched a mere year after the original game debuted in 1982. This arcade version, like its predecessor, was designed to be a 4-level platform game by Nintendo. Donkey Kong Jr. differed from its predecessor as the roles would be reversed. Mario, who was previously the hero, and named simply Jumpman, is now the game's villain, and Donkey Kong Jr. becomes this game's hero. He is trying to rescue his chained-up father, Donkey Kong, from the grasps of his tormentor, Mario. Donkey Kong Jr. themed games first appeared in arcades in 1981, but over the course of the following years, and decades, was released for a variety of home platforms, and in several games media styles, including today's Panorama Screen Game & Watch from 1983. The game was principally designed by Shigeru Miyamoto and his co-workers together with the company's chief engineer Gunpei Yokoi. Miyamoto also created the graphics for the title along with Yoshio Sakamoto. As with its predecessor, the music for the game was composed by Yukio Kaneoka. While today's panorama gameplay differed from that of the arcade, the theme and style are clear, making this version an astonishing achievement when technical limitations are considered. With today's review being considered complete, we have another 3 games to review in the Panorama Screen Series. The good news is, all the following 3 games in the Panorama Screen Series are unique, insomuch they never had a tabletop version, and only one of the next 3 games, the next to be released, called Mario's Bombs Away, would ever be credited with a Game & Watch Gallery revisit. It's worth mentioning here that Donkey Kong Jr., previously reviewed here on our channel from the tabletop range, had identical gameplay to that of today's Panorama Screen Series. To view the original tabletop Donkey Kong Jr. version, please follow the link in the description below or look up episode 53. So with 3 games down, and 3 new and original games yet to go, the Panorama Screen Series is officially halfway through. I think it would be a great time to see out this episode with a nice photographic montage of today's star and focus of our show, Donkey Kong Jr. Seen here is the pristine white case, coupled nicely to contrast with the black banner on the game's metal faceplate, exquisitely embossed with a beautiful graphic of Donkey Kong Jr., holding his much prized key. Offsetting all this is the shocking blood red controls, including this very early version of the directional controller, or D-pad. Today's example is what's known as the CGL variant, or Computer Games Limited version, which was exclusively for the UK market. And here we see the original box, with the instructions booklet, and actual games console, together with what was known much later in collectors' circles as a shipper carton. And with that, we wrap up today's episode. I'm hoping you enjoyed it. If so, please give the video a quick like. If you're a serious Nintendo fan, or retro gamer, consider subscribing to our channel. We are, I think in essence, just a documentation show, of what we believe will help maintain the legacy of some of these older consoles and systems. So, thank you for being here today, and hopefully you'll join us again soon.